Well, I mean, obviously nobody saw this coming, and the tourism industry is, I think, internationally feeling it amongst the worst in terms of how industries are. Thankfully, in a Barbados setting and in a lot of other countries, we've seen the worst of it, and so we're now looking at bringing back tourists and getting back into business over the next year. The key point is, I think, we've all of us have had experience in the tourism industry. Now it's really a partnership with health to make sure that we all do it absolutely correctly, so that we're on the right side of this thing, and there's no spread here. And I think government has had the right idea in terms of opening up tourism, but testing everybody before they come, so that they're not going to be walking about Barbados without having a good test. And that being the case, I think it's still, to be extra safe, we still don't let the guard down. You socially distance, you wear your masks, we clean everything, and we have people checking that we're doing it, because it's new habits that we're all learning. And these things, they take time and take training and take retraining. And I think as an industry, that relationship with health is so important to get this down right. And we want to show the guest a terrific experience, but in a way that is going to keep everybody healthy. I mean, Barbados has done so well, and I think this is probably the thing that we should be marketing the strongest right now. I think sometimes we don't appreciate how good we have done it, and I think it's thanks to the leadership in Barbados, the strong leadership, decisive leadership, and following the science. None of this is rocket science. It's basically, relatively simple science when we follow what these rules are. And then we have I think a population that did what they had to do, that stuck together. And I think together with the leadership and the population, we've made it happen to the point where we're really among the best in the world at this. And that's something I think that can be marketed, because that's what people want. Our experience with people that were staying here when everything shut down, we had a few say, look, we'd rather just spend our time here. So we had people stay at the Crane and saw through the entire last 3 months at the Crane, and we're very happy that they did it. We've had other people that are able to work from home decided that they would just continue doing what they do, but doing it from here. And I think the Prime Minister pointed this out the other day, that this could be actually a new source of tourism, which is kind of a different approach. But people all over the world have learned, professional people, that they can do what they do as effectively, in some cases more effectively, working from home. And we could really, I think, take that to our advantage, because work in a beautiful environment that also doesn't have the stress of breaking new records in a very bad way as far as the virus is concerned. So I see that as a new source. We have one guest that's staying here now that has been with us from early March, and I asked him the other day when he plans to go back, and he told me January. So this is the kind of tourist that isn't bad having, and I think Barbados offers something that the rest of the world doesn't in that capacity. So from my personal point of view, it's been different for me, because I'm some people might call me a workaholic, but I have, for probably my first 20 years, I've been here in Barbados 32 years now, and for the first 20-something of them, I work 7 days a week, 365 days a year, here on the job. So the difference now that I'm kind of I was the last 3 months into a forced retirement, and I'm of the age that people would say, what am I, of the age where we're supposed to be more careful. So I did take it seriously and worked from home, and I have to say work from home. So I actually still work 7 days a week, but it's at home, and quite enjoyable, and I'm actually finding I'm liking it. So who knows what's going to happen in terms of things going forward. Yeah, as far as keeping Barbados and kind of everybody playing their part in tourism, Yeah, now more than ever, that's very important. And I have to say, when I've said how beautiful Barbados is, I think that we all need to do our part of keeping it clean. Well, I think people are justifiably concerned for their health. If they're not concerned, they're not the kind of tourists we even want here, would be my take. So given that we're trying to attract people that we want to be concerned, we need to address it head on to say these are the things we've done so that we are Barbados and our hotel and all the hotels are really at the top of their game with the protocols and doing everything correct. So my prediction for the rest of the year, I think it's a question of marketing. I think if we nailed our marketing, and this is a different marketing than we've ever done before. A lot of people know. You show us the picture, show the pictures. We're a beautiful place to come through leadership and through a cohesive social, society. Was able to beat this thing to the ground better than all of the first world countries that are telling us, how to do things. So I think we need to make sure that message goes out loud and clear, and it's a public relations message, not necessarily through the travel media. It might be through, it might be on the health pages of a newspaper or the news pages, but it's a good news story that I think has legs. And if we get that out and then market on top of that, and then all our marketing message is safety and protocols and what we do to keep people safe. So Barbados has fresh air, breezes. As I sit here right now, I've got this beautiful breeze, and this is what we have that you don't get, traveling to the cities and all of the other things that people could be deciding to do in the summertime or in the fall or even next winter. So I think it's a question of marketing all the things that we always do, but adding to that and even stronger the fact that we have this, that we're like the safest place to go to. This is a kind of an oasis of tranquility and safety that you just want to live at. I'm thinking that the word quarantine sends the wrong message. It says like these people have the plague and we all have to stay away because they're quarantined. It just has this really bad ring to it. Where the reality is these people were tested that they were fine. What Barbados offers is lots of space. When you're in a city and you're in a room and you have to have your air conditioning on and it's this little tiny space, and you go in the street and there's lots of people and you go to restaurants and they're crowded. Well, in Barbados, we're used to having space. The Crane is especially blessed with lots of space. We have 40 acres. We use it all. We're all spread out. So for us to be able to take people and spread them apart is easy. Spread them apart on the beach, by the pools, everything, so that there's just lots of room. And that's what keeps people safe, so that, if I'm infected, I'm not spreading it to you because you're far enough away. And breeze is important. So if you're in a closed space, it's more difficult. You're in an open air space, it's beautiful. So we're keeping things open air, and our popular restaurants are now open air, and just keeping things, healthy that way. And I think it's important to also understand that the people that are coming, the tourists, we're with them, but nobody gets to stay in any hotel that has tested positive. So we've got tourists that have tested that they do not have the virus in the best test invented, the PCR test. So we've got the best test telling us that the people don't have it. Yes, it's possible. So we're monitoring everybody for health, and we're keeping the distance, and we're wearing the masks, and we're cleaning as if everybody had it. I think the way you beat this thing is try to make sure nobody has it and act like everybody has it. And you put that together, and we can all keep safe and stay in business. And I really believe we can do that.